One. Before we get into this evening's live, I would like to go over a few short areas of discussion that I think we're going to find interesting this evening. Not necessarily just on the charts, um, but we've had Brad Garlinghouse came out and essentially said that what the SEC put forth in this appeal, it's laughable. So we'll go over that. Um, we'll go over the fact that BlackRock has basically said they're going all in on Bitcoin. And then Trump, and I want to read through this. Trump and Bitcoin, BlackRock predict another historic year for crypto. So, I mean, you start to look at all of it. I think crypto, we can see it could possibly be heading into a super cycle. What is the crypto fear and greed? Is it really still at 57? That doesn't seem right. Is that right? Wow. But it's definitely something here today. We've got Bitcoin up 4.44%, and we're not surprised here, but at the same time, when you see it happening, it's something to see. The fact that we've seen the liquidation zone at 108,000, that was over $6.5 billion, was staggering on short traders. But furthermore, the fact that we played out of this symmetrical triangle after it was in a rising broadening wedge, and it still is in the rising broadening wedge, but it ended up turning into a bullish reversal here. And now the fact that Bitcoin played out of it, and now what we see in the last so many hours, or not so many hours, but so many minutes here, like the 2 hour, I guess it is the 2 hourly, we're seeing the correction. Now we had such a volatile swing up to almost 106K. Now we're going to we could come all the way back to 103,500 possibly to back test this zone. No, we don't have to back test up here, but I mean, it technically could come all the way back down, but it looks like it's building in something even bigger, possibly. So this looks like a nice consolidation, but we'll dig into the charts deeper. I did notice a little continuation on a couple. I'm happy to see from Kryptonian earlier, we talked about this, that it's up 12.6% right now. XLR. But the continuation from yesterday, AMP's up another 16.9%. So it's starting to make a little bit of noise here. Yesterday it was up better than 20%. And it's come out of this descending consolidation pretty nicely after it bounced out of this consolidation. What is this? About 40% the last day and a half or so. It had about 52% peak, but then it pulled back a little bit here, which is what you need. You need to fill these gaps. Otherwise, the higher the rise, the faster the fall if you don't have these gaps filled. Doesn't matter what it is. We've seen it with XRP go up 150, 200%. We've seen it with other things go up pretty quickly, and then they have to come back down. Hell, in this cycle alone, we've seen AMP go up like 110%, and then it pulled back like 85% of it. So we've seen a lot of stuff just, happen, including the token we're talking about. What is this? Sir Smokeslot, holy smugolies. $50 donation right here off the bat. Whoa. Can we call this the 10 teal goal? I've been waiting 3 days for Happy Days song. Please. Yes, we'll do Happy Days 100%. But technically, it's a vibe thing. So that goal, it is inspiring. And I do appreciate the donation. But definitely, we'll do sunny days at the end of this. I promise. I promise. I'm going to say no. You sent a $50 donation. There's no way I can say no to that. Not just that, I moved over onto my tablet. And if it's here, we'll play the remix as well. I don't know if it is here, though. Let's see. But we got to get in this. We'll get into this. And if it's not in here, I know how to get it back in here. Okay, that's fine. I know how to get it back in here now. So, with that being said, we've got a lot of stuff to go over. IOTX is starting to just start to move out of this range now. Jasmy's up almost 15% today, which I know we talked more about Jasmy yesterday than normal. As I said, I had purchased a position, but it was breaking out. We've talked about it, but I've got a lot more to talk about than just the other ones. I want to focus on XRP here because it is starting to come up in a pretty volatile way. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, obviously, to see where our potential is. We'll look at Ethereum because now it's starting to go the right way, but it still hasn't gone in and out of the speculative zones yet. It needs to break a little bit higher here And we're getting there. Don't get me wrong, we're getting there. And actually, let's see where we're at now. Nope, still not over it, though. We've still got... But this is good because even if it was facing a rejection, there's a lot of room here left for Ethereum, which means for the alt tokens that follow more on the Ethereum bloodline, it definitely is going to give a reason for some volatility to the upside. And, you know, me personally, I like the volatility to the upside, so it makes me happy. I am getting that, sending this to my email so that we can, in fact, listen to Sunny Days. It's very easy because I have it on my phone. Now all I have to do is do this and do this. And now it's in my email. So now we'll be able to listen to it at the end of the day. So that's done. That's all I wanted to do. But yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm glad everybody's in here this evening. I can already tell that it's going to be a very inspiring show here because there's a lot of people commenting. Bitcoin, massive W it looks like could be formed here. Massive inverse head and shoulder going farther back as we've been trying to follow. It's not the Mickey Mouse pattern, but it might as well be. And the best way to describe this for learning purposes, and don't just look at it as Ethereum, look at it for everything. You've got coming into a low, right? You have a low. There's a lower low. Come down, so set point inverse left shoulder, down to a lower low, inverse head, up to a higher low, inverse right shoulder, break out, back test the neckline, which we did right here. At least came close enough to it. And now we're bouncing out on a new inverse head and shoulder, what we were speculating on the inverse right shoulder. Oftentimes when you see a pattern, because it's, in my opinion, a trading algorithm, it starts to mimic the same pattern in smaller time frames. And then overall, it'll build that same smaller time frame pattern in the grand scale. Or you can go from the longer time frames, and you can kind of debrief yourself, or, you know, what do you call it? Reverse engineer the pattern. And, you know, it definitely can do things like this. So we'll get into all of everything I know. I talk about the patterns more now than I ever have. 1970 Legend, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. Is Casper worth messing with? Still awful cheap for an ISO coin. Thanks and go Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks, what is it? About 72 hours from now, we'll see if they do the Big Ten proud and put the SEC in their place for the second year in a row, because we had to hear an awful lot about the Blue Bloods not doing any business in the Big Ten, and it would be kind of nice. I mean, it would be kind of a kick in the nuts too, but it's our own fault because we lost too many games this year. So it is what it is. But last year, you know, the Big Ten won it through Michigan. This year, if the Big Ten wins it through Ohio State, what can, you know, ESPN, all these, anyhow, whatever. I'll be watching that game non-biasedly. It worked out in my favor. FanDuel is offering a 50% profit boost up to $250 you can get of your return. So I was considering throwing like $250 against Ohio State, you know, just in case it goes my way, because there's some big odds right now on Notre Dame. But if they're going to offer me a 50% return, now if I lose the bet, I mean on a deposit bonus, now we could be talking like a $375 bet, because I'm not going to put $500 to get $250. But since I was going to do $250, I'll throw $375 now. Arachi, thank you so much for joining Tom's Army. I really appreciate that. And I know it's your first month in Tom's Army for the emoji badge, because it's the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. How awesome is that? I can't believe somebody joined Tom's Army already. Like, seriously? You just made me the happiest person today. Like, unbelievable. Sometimes it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in right now. I'm sorry, everybody, that I haven't been able to say welcome in. It's just moving so fast. But there's so much stuff I'm trying to go over, and we have so little time to do this. So little time. Throw your deposit match on the Ruffy and your cash bet on the fave. Profit 65%. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. And you know what I could technically do? I could throw my bet on there before the game. It's like plus 300. And then during the game, try to find where Ohio State, maybe Notre Dame starts off quick. Find an area where Ohio State now that gets more towards maybe a plus or minus 170 or something. I see what you're saying. It's not a bad idea. I often do hedge bets, especially when they're going in my way. I like the analytical thing. Is this the NCAA chat room? I don't know. It very well might be. You got a bunch of people that, are misfits because we like crypto. So, we might talk about random things at random times. But no, we have fans of Ohio State in the audience. And as you know, they're playing for the national championship. And as you may or may not know, I live in the great state of Michigan. So we have a big rivalry with Ohio State. So we won the championship last year, the national title. We beat Ohio State this year, but they're going to shove it down our throats and kick me in the nuts by winning the title. So that's why we were talking about it, just to catch everybody up. And then I got to spin it as, it's going to be great for the Big Ten for us to win 2 in a row. Oh, it's so funny how we do this to ourselves. But I must say I may be rooting for Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Anyhow. Let's see. Take care, all got a jet. Oh, crap, IQ. I must have missed another comment, too. William, I'm glad to see your name in here, though. Have a blessed evening, my friend. Just went so fast, I haven't been able to look at the comments. XDC is going parabolic. I seen the XDN because we talked about it earlier. But XDC, what's it doing today? No, everything's going parabolic. XCN's starting to catch up, but it kind of sat there while everything went up 400%. And now it's catching up. Let it catch up and let it consolidate and do what it's got to do. But it sat for a while. That's good. That's what you want. Now you want to see it start filling gaps. If it goes up to the next layer, the bigger the rise, the faster the fall if it's not filling these fair value gaps. There is no exception. So just be happy, smile, be humble, show humility, and let it play out. Let it play out. Let's see. But the $3.30 for XRP is a good number. We're at, wow, another donation. Thank you for the $10 donation, Joey. Great TA, Tom. Amazing work. I really appreciate that. Oh, we're going to look at, so I have a plan this evening. If you guys want to know the tokens, and then if we get to the reading, we get to the reading. I do intend to, but before I can even do the reading, we have to do the Bitcoin heat liquidation map because that's what targeted us to 108K. And our target of 112 is because it was going to break out of the symmetrical triangle, we thought. And now it has. But I want to go over, there's a few of them. AMP for sure. If Kryptonian's in here, I want to go back over Axelar because it's starting to make some kind of it's just starting to make something he'll be interested in. But for sure, we need to go over AMP. We need to go over IOTX because it's starting to move a little bit now, almost up 7%, but it got over the 4-cent level now, it's a bigger point now. It's starting to push over some pivot layers. What other one did I have over here? So I want to do AMP. Oh yeah, Jasmy's up 14.7%. So we'll definitely take a look at that as it's starting to go up a little bit here now. Axelar's up 12. But then I know we already covered, I don't think there's any reason right now to cover Algo in those because we've already have. We'll take a quick look at the charts. But I also want to look at XLM as I think if it holds this back test as it is right now, I think it could be finally going to seek that $1 move. And it's going to take a second because it's got, I believe, 2 layers in between. But it would technically set up for a plus $1, almost to $1.15. So any of you have been in XLM for a while with me from 8.5 cents or anywhere in between, or if you're even in now, who cares? Who cares where you bought it if you're in it now? Like, I just tell you where I bought it from so you can see, like, hey, if he's got profits from 8 cents and he's holding XLM in any capacity and not selling it all the way out, there's got to be a reason why. Just like with XRP, like he bought it at 34 cents. Why the hell is he still holding? He's 10x'd it basically. Can you believe that, by the way? We have essentially 10x'd XRP now. It's unbelievable. It's honestly unbelievable when you look at some of this. And then, like, we'll also look at XRP Healthcare because I know it's crazy. It's at 26 cents and it consolidated almost perfectly. It's almost done this absolutely by the book. And if this does play out more, because I'm going to expand the chart so you guys can see the totality of it now, because it's almost like a falling channel consolidation. I'll show you guys what's ended up developing here, and it's staggering what's building. I mean, it's huge. It's a massive pattern, and I haven't wanted to show it until it started to break up, but it did basically come to that technical pushback up. George, thank you for the $4.99. Says, love you, Tom. Thank you. I could make up what he's saying, but I will not because I'm going to go into my phone. Because I think he sent a donation. And by the way, George, for anybody who doesn't know, it was George's 61st birthday yesterday. So, you know, make sure to say happy birthday. We're still within that 24-hour window. You know, maybe you're behind us. Maybe it's still yesteryear. So I thank you, George. We are thankful for everything you do for your community. TAs are fantastic. Stay positive. We appreciate you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was looking forward to the live this evening. I had a lot of stuff to talk about. I like talking. But I mean, we could be building, I want to say it's something like this. I really do. Because I think it makes more sense than just coming across and then, oh, we got a flat channel. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's this. That is incredible. If that's what this is, let me reiterate that again. If that's what this, guys and gals, oh my Lord, we'll have two different targets. I'll just put it here for the sake of, I don't want to put it here and blow the lids off. But we'll just say, if it breaks out bullish, and then you got to have the, okay, Tom, but with this kind of a pattern, what if it, don't you kind of got to measure it from the top? Well, it depends if it fills out into the cup, but we'll assume that this is kind of a cup that is going to try to form here all the way through. Can you see what I'm saying? It looks weird because in the daily, because there's wicks, and this is going to show you a bunch of wicks, but can you guys see what I'm saying? Well, Tom, what if this is actually a cup, but it's not even up to the top? Like, hey, maybe it was a higher cup, and it definitely was a cup right here. But I mean, what if it was all the way through, and then you measure it? So you could definitely find a reason to have this much, much higher. And like, there's potential here for, and I don't know how many of you, is there anybody who bought this around 2 cents with me in the audience? I mean, I bought it at 1.7 and I think it was about 2.1 was the average at the end. But then I got 5,600 almost for free for staking. So if you add that in, my average is a little bit lower because I got free for staking. That's the thing. Yes. Oh, cool, Jorge. Awesome. 2.9 cent XRP Healthcare. That's unbelievable. Under 3 cents. So like, it's like looking at one of these and knowing like we were in way back here. It's so spooky looking at it now. It really, well, that's too high. It's spooky. I'll just do it from 2.14. So right now it's up 1,500%. But if it goes up here, my dear Lord. I mean, 3,000%. Heck, if it goes up, heck, where it's already been. That's what I mean. Like, I love XRP and I love a lot of other things, but having a fundamental understanding of trying to, it's not about harvesting all of our eggs in one basket. It's about, hey, XRP Healthcare is within its ecosystem. It's on the XRP ledger. It's not by Ripple. It has no association, but it's on our own infrastructure. So I started to look for projects that were on the infrastructure and actually had a purpose. And that one has a very big purpose. I'm not going to divulge any into it today because we've talked about it so many times. And by now, it's insane. Jerry, 3.5 cents. Unbelievable. Summy, I'm stupid. I have XRP 85,000. Why is that stupid? Why is that? I don't understand. Why are you stupid? Anyhow, I actually think that's rather smart. Tanya, he knows not George's birthday, but I jokingly propose we tell him every day till his birthday. Oh, yeah, that's... It's so funny. But I better do the intro real quick and get into this. So, Tom will not tell you to buy or sell, but will give you the information to make your own. Yes. Yes. Where do you buy XRP Healthcare? Well, that's the hard part. We used to buy on MEXC, and that's the only reason I only have 55,000. Well, now 60 because of the staking. It's like 60,800 and something. But I bought 55,000 like 200. But after MEXC stopped, that's the only reason I don't own a bunch more than I do now. But down at the bottom is LBank. App only, and this is on my homepage if you want to try to click on the link. It works on the app only. It'll tell you if you go to the website that our IP isn't available, but it works for me. I still signed up through the app. I've talked to customer service, and they said we're allowed to buy and sell, but for some reason it says we're restricted. So I don't know. I've done the test. I've sent it 1,000 XRP Healthcare to there about 3 months ago when we did a live thing, and sold it and then bought it back. Some say Zaman Wallet, but I can never find it. I can never find it when I look on Zaman. But have to trade XRP for XRPH on the XP marketplace. Okay. Well, maybe I'm an idiot. Need to add a trust line. For some reason, I couldn't figure out with the XRP Healthcare. Maybe it's something I was doing like an idiot. It very well could have been. But anyhow, let me do the intro and let's get into this. Good evening. 6:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, January 17th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate all of you. I really, really do. So let's at least be gracious for the fact that we're doing this together. We were so far ahead of this, years in advance, that we were able to do some things during the prior bull market, now into the bear market that followed, and now made beautiful plans. Now we're in the bull market again. You see, the beautiful thing is we drew this pattern out earlier, and I gave both sides of it, but I didn't anticipate the downside. We didn't anticipate that. It's just because it could have formed some kind of a channel, we had to put both targets. So now it's breaking out to the top side. That means technically the technical target here, and I'll go from where it broke out. This would be extremely bullish here in the short term. And I'm taking this off because, honestly, I know it's there, but I don't want to see it. So, until we have to. So, if this plays true, the technical target out of this is right around $3.50, just based on the short-term consolidation here. So it is possible because of that big move with Bitcoin during the day. And you know what I could honestly say? I think it probably formed something like this. That's what I think the pattern ended up forming. We didn't know it earlier. We were speculating if it could do whatever. We showed both, but that's what it ended up forming. If you're wondering why it didn't look, if it looked a little off, that's what it ended up finalizing as right there on the potential breakout. So that's a very bullish consolidation. And this could actually get us much higher than the target I'm showing, because that is technically, even though it was showing a lot of stairs in the 30-minute, that essentially, you got to go back down where this flag was started, and what's it holding up? A gigantic pole. I mean, that looks like it's holding up am I lying? I don't know, maybe I'm seeing this wrong. But if that's holding up a massive pole, I mean, this gets you up to, like, in time. I don't know, I want to know, though, from the audience. I want to know from the audience. What the hell? I got to change these because these have to be, like, red. No, I kind of like white, actually, for that target. It actually shows up better on the screen. But does that make sense? For anybody who knows technical analysis, I think that's the pole. I think that's the pole, because if you even go into a higher time frame, in the 4 hourly, I should say, that's the pole. Who the heck sent that donation? Oh, man. Let me see. They're all important. Every single one of these. Watch your morning video. Gotta say your comment about being kicked in the balls cracked me up. Thanks for your... You're welcome, my friend. I'm glad that I was able to bring a smile to your face. Hey, Sometimes when you get kicked in the balls, you got to show testicular fortitude to continue powering on, right? And thank you so much for that $20 donation, Doolittle. Is that Dr. Doolittle? It says Doolittle, Julie. Could be Dr. Doolittle. I really liked your movies. Is he? Uh-oh. Oh, you did? Oh, good. Wait a minute, how long have I been on? 25 minutes already? Holy smokes. Looks good, spot on time. Okay. I thought so. And that's the little target, the little thing that's formed out of the pennant. And it makes sense because, and I know this chart's getting a little messy. We got to delete some of this. We know where these are at. So I'll continue to emphasize it to everybody. But it's getting a little messy. So are we going up, somebody said. Well, we'll get to that right now. So the pennant flag, first target was $3.40. We've hit that. We formed a nice bullish consolidation. We filled the gap at 272 and at about 318, just about 318, 319. The only thing we didn't fill was the 260, but again, whatever. Sometimes you go up and it takes a while. So now the first target was filled at 340. We filled every gap except one up the way out of the pennant flag. And now, if we do push up, I'm going to get rid of this. No, that 350 and 340. I'm not going to keep the 340. I actually have to because that was the cycle. I got to remember, that's the cycle top right now. So we absolutely have to keep that up. That would be dumb to take that away. But anyhow, Jeffrey, so I just used the X Marketplace on Zaman and was able to swap XRP for XRP Healthcare. Thank y'all. Wow, perfect. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Good, that gives me hope now. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I love it. They've incorporated a lot on Zaman now. A lot since when I first started a couple years ago on it. It's crazy. Although it was Zoom when I first started on it. But anyhow, I'm glad you were able to do that. So now the technical target, though, as we know out of this pennant, if you measure the top side potential, was $5.39. So we should build our areas to keep coming back up. Oh, dollar! I can see beyond $1 with XRP Healthcare. So we'll get back to XRP, but I just want to show everybody something. I keep forgetting to show this with XRP Healthcare, but since you guys are showing so much interest in it, I'm so happy you guys have the same love for it as I do. Unless it's just because the charts are rising so much, in which I can respect that still. But some of you really did spend with me at the 2-cent mark and the 3-cent mark for some of you, and the 5 and 7. But some of you spent when it was way down, and was like, we're just sitting. But look, so XRP Healthcare, they sent out another 36. They showed you the 36-month roadmap. So in Q1 2025, they have Healthcare Global Announcement, AI app launched on Google Play and Apple Store, which we already have it. Encryption layer implemented to ensure user data protection. So they have the AI in Q1 25. I wish they would show the other one, but that's not what I wanted to show you. It was from a couple days ago. Where was this? I love how they show this, though. Like, they're showing you all this stuff. XRP Healthcare in Africa with the pharmacy. You see, it's like a pharmacy facility, but it's an XRP Healthcare. What is this? It's an all-stop shop here for pharmaceuticals. Not just that, if you just look behind, where is this at? It's like out in the middle of, you see what I'm saying? And then they said, why does XRPH follow XRP so closely during its surge? It says, built on the XRP ledger, XRP Healthcare is the first ever healthcare platform built on the XRP ledger, leveraging its speed, scalability, and low fees. Pioneering innovation with AI, XRP Healthcare's groundbreaking use of the XRP ledger is further enhanced with the XRP Healthcare AI. And furthermore, their AI wasn't integrated yet, but they're following the roadmap, just like we've seen, in the early 24. But this only has a total circulating supply of 100 million tokens. That's it. Only 100 million total tokens can ever be put into circulation. And a majority of those are for when they do these pharmaceutical things that are left, go towards their business ventures. So there's only so many left. They even had to stop the staking because explain, because a lot of times we see staking as a scam, but they literally in their roadmap dedicated so many tokens for the early users of their XRP Healthcare app to get it off the ground when they first started the pharmaceutical card and started to actually allow people to put a few XRP to the side. You had to dedicate 10 XRP for the trust. And then they actually were willing to pay you to stake your XRP Healthcare there to basically get it moving. And I'm sure they leveraged it in some way, but rest assured, I got all of them back. And as you've seen it showed how the staking rewards, there was only this much left, and it was very transparent on the app until it went to zero. Once my staking was done, I got my appropriate stake for my 6 month of staking. I wish it would have been longer, but that's all I could have done it because it had run out. I wish I would have did the year, but hindsight is 2020. And yeah, so you basically got to do it from the beginning. So we've seen a lot. And then the mergers and acquisitions is the part that we were really excited about initially. So pioneering initiative and innovation with AI, XRP Healthcare's groundbreaking use of the XRP Ledger is further enhanced by the XRP Healthcare AI, making it the first project on the XRP Ledger to integrate AI. Think about that. Think about that. It's the first project on the XRP Ledger to integrate AI. And we got it at the ground freaking level. Like the ground floor of pricing. Through AI-driven solutions, XRP Healthcare provides localized health advice, streamlines processes, and redefines how healthcare services are delivered globally. And if you're a fan of XRP and the Ledger like I am, you should be excited about things that are utilizing the Ledger. It's giving it legitimacy. XRP Healthcare is a giant use case for others who might be interested. And this isn't just some choppy token. This is in one of the leading fields in the world, pharmaceuticals, the medical facilities, and it goes beyond. So it's so much farther than that too. So utility and mergers and acquisition activity, XRP Healthcare is set to play a pivotal role in the healthcare mergers and acquisitions across Africa, enhancing access to quality healthcare and unlocking immense value on the continent. Prescription saving card. XRP Healthcare is the first crypto project globally to launch a prescription savings card offering up to 80% on medications at 68,000 pharmacies in the USA, including Walmart, Walgreens, and CVS. The RLUSD stablecoin effect. With the RLUSD stablecoin, the XRP ecosystem is set for a massive liquidity inflows. Now supported in the XRP Healthcare wallet, RLUSD enhances accessibility. They have RLUSD in the wallet now? I'm going to have to look at my wallet because I have a separate phone from XRP Healthcare app that I just keep it on. It's kind of like my own lock and key. I don't turn it on until I need to use it. Wow, I didn't realize I had RLUSD on there. I need to look in there. Holy smokes. Accessibility for users while boosting projects like XRP Healthcare to capitalize on XRP's expanding utility and drive innovation in healthcare. You know, I read this too, and this didn't sink into me what that meant. Like, it didn't hit me like that when I read it the first time because I was so excited about all the stuff I was talking about. AI-powered global impact. The XRP Healthcare is more than just a project. It's a movement by combining AI-driven localization or localized health solutions, transforming medication access in the U.S. with its prescription savings card, and reshaping Africa healthcare through mergers and acquisitions. XRPH is creating a legacy of innovation and real-world impact and utility that sets it apart on the blockchain. So, and we can go into this in the future. We'll go into this further reading in the future, but we got so much stuff to talk about that it's unbelievable. But look at, like, this is what I wanted to share. This is what I wanted to share from 7 days ago. Greatness takes time. Even when the excitement builds, XRP Healthcare is shaping the future with care and precision, one tick at a time. What is this telling you right now? What do you see in here? What kind of symbolism is this? The clock's ticking, right? What do you guys see? It's telling you greatness takes time. They're telling you. What are they telling you? And it's a Rolex, too. This isn't some cheap watch. I think it's pretty fascinating when you start looking at stuff like that within something, and they're basically telling you just hang on. And it goes so deep. But anyhow, I think it's really cool. Buy lots more, yeah. Don't look your wallet on XRP Healthcare. What did it say? It's like, oh, I know. That's why I don't like to look at it. New member trying to move crypto safely, need help. Got scammed out of 11,000 XRP units from Tangier. Oh, fuck. Where are you trying to move it from? All right, everybody, we're going to have to put our thinking caps on for Richard. Since we're in the live, this should be a lot easier since we have a lot of brains working together. 11,000 tokens were scammed out of Tangem of XRP. So, what's the question beyond that? Because, unfortunately, with the being scammed, there's not much you can do. I don't even know if there's anything you can do. Because if you accidentally even send it to the... but what's the second part of this? Like, what do you need help on beyond that? Or are you trying to figure out if there's a way to get your stuff back from a scam? Move a small portion at a time, like 5 or so, then check it. Yes. Richard from Kraken to Uphold. Wait a minute. You want to move your crypto from Kraken to Uphold? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, are you able to withdraw it off of Uphold? Like, is that your withdrawal port? I'm just asking out of curiosity. Because I got an email. I brought it a little bit, well, not too long ago, but a little while ago. So if that's a withdrawal wallet, then you do have to get it there safely. But I would... God, it sucks with Uphold, though, because they have such fees for selling. No, Nunya, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, I still don't have that 1,000 XRP. Some of you know the story. I had 15,000 XRP on Uphold before I started putting it in a wallet. And, yeah, that's what they did to me. My friend lost 50,000 XP from a scam Twitter site pretending to be Uphold. I felt terrible for him. But be careful, everyone. Hate to see that happen. I know. It's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah, no. Listen. It's not if it was just the fees, it would have been fine. But the fact that you guys know the story, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to go into that. It's just it was a big disaster. They still refuse to let Julie get back into her account on there, and it's a nightmare. And mind you, there was 3 years of tax returns, pays, and things like this. How do you have XRPH? I can't buy it anywhere. We used to buy it on MEXC. It used to be available in the USA with no KYC or VPN. But they stopped doing it earlier this year. We bought it, or earlier last year, I mean. We bought it, I don't know, around February, March of last year, I want to say. But yeah, Zaman Wallet via XRP, some are buying it now. Richard, when moving, did you put... Yes. And like I said, he might have to use it so that he can withdraw as well. You need to do... You just want to get in a safe wallet from Kraken. I mean, a lot of people have a good experience. I used to use Kraken as a withdrawal wallet to my bank. But then I just had an incident with them a while ago. So everything worked out in the end, but it was a stressful few moments. So I don't really trust them anymore. But if you're moving it, because I mean, Uphold, if you're verified and stuff, just make sure you do not only just the address, but that destination tag you have to have. You have to have it. And I would make a Zaman wallet, to be honest with you. You're gonna have to write down your special codes and all that crap, your stuff. But that's only if if you're on the same device, you're not going to have to type that in. But if you go to a new device, it's going to make you put that in. So, and some people are like, oh my God, then I can never get into it. Just send it to like BITUNIX or something. And then if you have to recreate a new Zaman account and build your trust back, if you can't remember your stuff, just do it that way. It's all anonymous anyhow. But I would just definitely get it to where you feel comfortable. No, I don't use SafePal. I only liked Zaman. The only one that I trusted wallet-wise was Zaman, and it was just because I felt the security being around the XRP ledger, but it was the way that they did their product. So there was a lot of reasons why I put faith in that one. Plus, a lot of people that I trusted in this community for years were telling me, even off the air, some things that I needed to know, and it made a lot of sense. So anyhow, let's go through some of these because we are running out of time quickly. It's already been 40 minutes. Yeah, we gotta get going. All right, so AMP 00939. 00939 had a nice push out. Our first target out of this, we're getting closer to now. There's no doubt about it. We're getting close to this target. It's a 1.1 cent. I mean, that's such an accurate standpoint of where it needs to come up to. It came close. Came close. But I don't know how it's going to consolidate. I still need to see. Well, I guess we've got enough evidence. I suppose. Because you can clearly see, if you do it like this, you can clearly see a nice uptrend that's formed here. And then this is where it broke out. So this is actually very important because look, this could be where the back test is starting to happen here. Right? We could start having a back test. Look at this. Absolutely. That's perfect. Look, it's back testing the breakout likely. That's what we're in the midst of right now. So if it holds this back test, that would give it the validity to move up to that next layer. It's absolutely in the midst of this right now, it looks like. So, well, you can say it's in a channel, but it had that short-term breakout. Yeah, it could definitely be a rising channel. That's why it'll work either way, because if that support breaks, you're going to come back down. I'm just looking at this short term. It broke out. If you have this little uptrend, you have this consolidation. And yeah, in the smaller time frames, it definitely, you can see channel, but at the same time, I'm just trying to go layer by layer, layer by layer. You don't give up the hopes of a rising channel until you're forced to put it in there. Remember what I said about XRP. It's there, but do I want to keep it on the screen? No. I would like to look at the other parts of it that could potentially break us out of that area. Jasmine was up 14.5% before the flip of the clock. It went over 3.6 cents. It's doing, I think, exactly what it was showing. I mean, it basically filling out this cup and handle. It's filling out the cup and handle. And it made it very apparent yesterday when it made this. It was down 6% when everything else was moving. This just dumps like 6% down. And I'm like, yay. That's interesting. Or 2 days ago, I mean. Not yesterday, the day before. It was either early yesterday or the night before, but it went down 6% when the market was doing good. And I'm like, well, it's now or never. So, but it looks like a handle's forming. It really does. It looks like a cup and handle. It's so hard to look at this, though, because of the volatility. But it built something very big, and now it's kind of, I mean, look at that. I can't wait. Because it's not just this, it's across the whole market. If things like this are playing out, if this does play out, like you got this building it in, if that plays out, that's an indictment on the rest of the market. And we're getting close to the inauguration now. So if these play out at the end of the week, like, and then it does it, like that would be, these would start to actually have big moves in the market. Some of these could have really big moves. You know, but at the same time, we just got to watch. We just got to watch. Robert says, my mom has pancreatic cancer and 5,000 XRP. I hope she gets to see XRP at $10. Prayers, oh, yeah. Definitely prayers to your mom. That's sad. That's sad and tough to hear. Thank you for the $50 donation as well. But prayers for your mom, seriously. And as we know, we're more than one person speaks the name of our Lord and Savior, God becomes present in this conversation. So I see a lot of people already speaking our Lord and Savior's name. So, you know, definitely praying, Robert. I hope she sees $10 as well. I mean, I don't want to give any, I don't want to dig any deeper. So just keep us updated. Keep us updated along the way. You know? It's a tough conversation, though. I get that. You okay, Julie? Oh. So, all right, so that's AMP and Jasmine. IOTX, I'm pretty excited about the fact that, and this is, you could look at this with Jasmine. I could build it out basically the same way, but I'm trying to watch each of them in their own light. But IOTX is basically at the bottom of this consolidation still. And I think this has just implications way up. Like, it's going to happen. It's eventually going to happen. It's built a cup and now a little handle here. And now if and when this breaks out and it fills this out, and it will eventually, I believe this is going to make a new high and much more. There's 10 billion total tokens. 9.4 billion are in circulation. So it leaves only about 600 million left. And it looks like to me it double bottomed. It supported that uptrend. And I think it's getting ready to make at least this next move back up to the 6.2 level. This pattern is right here in front of us, I believe. So we'll see that. We talked about flare in the earlier one. I'm just not going to have enough time to go over any more than I talked about just now. 8 that I said in the beginning I had to go over. So we're going through them now, and by the time I'm there, it's probably going to be time for me to go.
You did get a donation for sunny days earlier.
Oh, yeah, we're doing sunny days. Oh, we're definitely doing... Yeah, we talked about that. That's what I'm doing before I leave. That's the very last thing.
You would. I just wanted to remind you.
Yep.
Throw it out there.
I'm glad you did.
Happy.
And then the inverse head and shoulders here. Well, I mean, if we see an inverse head and shoulders, but there's definitely a wider pattern as well. But for H bar, it's breaking out. And if it can get past $3 or 38.9 cents, the technical target out of this breakout hasn't been met yet. And it's actually a little bit higher because it broke out right here. But that hasn't been met yet. That's at 44 cents. The short target is just our resistance right here. Well, it was our technical target out of here, the first target. And it used it as a resistance initially. But if it gets above it, I mean, we could have some very, very, very big targets here. So it's basically a waiting game here right now. And it's going to eventually, that's why I always say, if it plays true, what we're looking at is the promised land up here. If it plays true, that's your top up there. But it could go even higher. I'm just saying, from what we're seeing, you could make an argument that 73 cents is in the deck of cards. But if you just want to go from this standpoint, 63 cents. But short term, we would have to get past that first layer target. That's a significant target, and that's the flag consolidation target on the breakout. You got to get above 44 cents, which we're well on our way to pushing. Well on our way to pushing. Let's see. ZIL, 2.37 cents. Looks like a bull flag in the all-time chart. Looks like it's moving for us right now. It's in a much wider pattern. It's still stuck in it. It's got past the first layer breakout, but it's still got to get past this. Once it get past this, my God, ladies and gentlemen, because it's validated this, it's a massive target. And this isn't the all-time pattern. This is just, I use this chart because you don't have to go all the way back to the top. But what this ends up being is a massive descending, almost like a descending triangle, or some could say a descending wedge from way farther up. So, but let's just say it breaks out somewhere over here. Then we could get back into the other charts. If it breaks out and does this move, I'll go back to my other chart. But for now, it just makes it a lot easier from a standpoint of, hey, you know, this is what's going on, and it's much easier to see this, in my opinion. Well, maybe not in that color. I like this color better. So that arrow is meant to go with that. So we're just going to change all of this. This target to the arrow from the bottom, though, because the other part's just, that's like that mid-tier point. It actually used it as a level of support now when it had used it as resistance. So that's what we'd be looking at out of ZIL. And if you look at ZIL from where it's at right now, if it makes this move, I mean, that's just this initial move, and that's not going to be the whole thing. This is just to spin it back into a bullish way, but there's so much meat on the bones on a lot of this. And 4.5 cents for ZIL, I mean, it's been well over 20 cents. And there's so much potential there as well. There really, really is. DGB, trying to sneak out of this pattern consolidation. And then we would project ourselves up to 2.4 in the short term. But there's higher target that I'm waiting for. 4.3 is over the top. And then it's going to get juicy. Once it gets up there, it'll start getting juicy. But right now, we're trying to get out of this area. We haven't been able to just yet. We're getting awfully close out of this resistance. So it's been steadily working up since it created this, what looks like possibly, again, these could be these inverse head and shoulder patterns. And they look like they're massive. And DGB always does it quick when it does it. Sorry to bother you. Any idea about AMP? So that's DGB. No, you're not bothering me. I already talked about AMP, but it's easy enough for me to show you real quickly. And then I got to finish the last, I think one more I want to talk about. Then I want to sing Sunny Days, and then I got to go. This is my second live of the day. I got stuff to do. So I do appreciate everybody, but my mind is like, and I went over so many different charts. I hope you guys appreciate it, because it's not easy to go from one to the next to the next, because it's like going from one emotional tug to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. I don't know if you can understand that. Maybe some of you do. So AMP had about a 40%, 45% move in the last about 30, not even, about 24 hours. Now, some could say, yeah, we're on a rising channel. But why show that? Why just get rid of it like that? Why say that? Because if we're going to say that, why not just take it a step further? So maybe it is a rising channel. You know, why we could do that, because that's exactly what it is. But why do that yet? I like to look at the short term so that, but, you know, because we have this small pattern that folded, broke out, now a back test. You look at it without the rising channel, but yeah, you can technically see it. You can see it on XRP too. So I tend to not show that until this pattern will break down and say, all right, we're trying to break out of this consolidation. You hold this, then you push up to that 1.1, and then you get on top of there and let's try to talk. So, and then we can see if that the rising channel plays true or not. But I understand, I can see it myself as well. So, but yeah. So that's that. I know we went over XRP Healthcare. Yeah, we already went over that. What else did I say? We can look at Algo just very briefly. But then I got to sing Sunny Days. Then I'm going to go. Got to do some family stuff. Algo's up about about 0.5% here. But Algo broke out of its short term. It looked like to us, again, another one of these. We're looking at this inverse head and shoulders. It looks almost a lot like DGB before DGB. This looks like DGB before the further breakout, if you ask me. DGB right now is teasing, trying to break out of this just like AMP. It almost looks very similar to AMP, honestly, in its own right. Ross, welcome back to Tom's Army. I really appreciate that, my friend. With the XRP Meteor, I love it. Love it. No problem, Syrian. No problem. Oh, yeah, Casper. That's the one I forgot. That is the one I forgot. That indeed is the one I forgot. Because somebody asked me if it was worth buying. And I hate saying it's not worth buying because it's so cheap. It's just some of their founders legitimately ran away with some of the money. Now, they could have just been scumbags. But now you have to see, is this some kind of siphoning scheme? And I hate when that crosses the back of my mind, you know? I'm sure some of you can understand. Adam says, thanks for all your hard work, Tom. It doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate that. And a $4.99 donation, your third YouTube super chat. That's awesome. Ross, I love you too, my friend. I love you too. It's, I like the connection in this audience. I feel like this has been a good live. So, this is what I would look at with AMP. And we can look at it so many different ways, but I'm just going to look at the short-term consolidation. Because after all, you asked me if it's good or worth buying. Well, it is very close to making a push out of this like a lot of these other ones we're seeing. Yes, it looks slightly different, but kind of looks like a bull flag set up here in the back end of this. If it breaks out over this resistance at 1.8 cents, yeah, it could make for a decent play here for sure. And I already have higher targets. I've looked at this chart before. Way back in the chart. And I have other charts too we could have went to, but I kind of wanted to have a blank one. But yeah, if it bounces out of here, that's 2.6. But over time, see how it fell out of there? This is what we were discussing. And when it didn't fulfill this, the cup, and it broke down, I'm like, uh-oh. That's when That's when we're like, what the? It did this in 24, and then when it came down here and it didn't correct like it should have out of the handle, we're like, well, what's going on here? Then it came down, tried to bust out. It was a nightmare. And this is when the founders basically said, it came all the way to 0057. And now basically it's one of those things now. It's actually setting up for a pretty big surge if it's meant to be. Because remember, we created a massive gap. And like when I look at this, dropped through, came up to here, dropped down. There's been no gap filled at 3.1 cents. And even if you want to go ahead and say there has been, from the last drop point, I don't see it. From when it came down from right here, I don't ever see a return back to tap right here at all. So I think there's a gap layered at 3.1 cents. So is it worth it? Probably. Is it going to be nerve-wracking holding it? Maybe, because I don't know if they're going to take it any farther and run when it goes up a little bit at all. We don't know. We're in unprecedented times for Casper. But I mean, the good news is I think there's a gap a lot higher up here. So even if it hits the gap and fails, that's 75. If it breaks out of here, it's 48%. So no risk, no reward. But that I can't tell you. I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm going to get into sunny days and then I got to go.
I keep seeing people say XLR for Kryptonian.
Oh, shit. Yes. Thank you, Julie. Axelar. Kryptonian, I'm sorry. I just covered an unusually a high amount of crypto to where I can't even get to any of my news readings.
Someone had a nice message too about how they found out their dad's license plate he had for years says XRP.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy.
They said they don't believe in coincidences. It's life changing.
Absolutely. That is awesome.
Before XRP was a thing.
Hey, that's symbolism in the Matrix. Believe it or not. So this consolidation, we've had support, resistance, back down to support. This pattern, and then in the short term, we've had this resistance, one, support, one, resistance, two, support, two. So we're forming a pattern, a decisive pattern. It also looks like, remember how we showed the algo breaking out of this almost exact same pattern in DGB bouncing off the bottom, and IOTX, how it's bouncing out of this bottom, but it's only up about 6%. This one's doing the exact same thing, and some of them have front run out of this pattern already. There's been a few that have already broke out, as we know, because we own them. But it looks like this is just another one. Left shoulder, a low, needs to be a lower low for the head, a higher low for the invert right shoulder. And now the only thing we're missing is a breakout to where we can actually see it form. So, I mean, this looks like one that's doing the exact same thing. When you project it out, and maybe I should go over here just in case it takes time. But you can see a clear and decisive target on a breakout up above $1.80 easy. And then even farther than that, there's a big cut forming. A massive one all the way up here at $2.19. So yeah, I've got a nice amount of this that I've been building up ever since Kryptonian, told me that, hey, the one that you think is a scam, it's not the same one. It's not the same one that you're seeing. So I went and did deeper research, and then I had to message him back, whoop, my bad. And came on live I don't even remember, a week ago maybe, and was like, whoops. That is certainly not what I was thinking. And then I had started buying it. And now, I did it on a 2x philosophy because it cost almost $4,000 to get over 10,000 tokens, but I did it at a 2x veracity. So you're not supposed to do it the way I am, but that's the way I approached it as I was putting into it. So, but that's why I didn't want to say it earlier, because I know it's my only thing that I have on 2x leverage, which when it goes down, I just buy more and then it just brings the leverage down. But at 2x, I don't see this dropping out. And if it does, well, whatever. It is what it is, because it doesn't even affect me anyhow, but it's just something that I could see in a very big way. I could see this so I'm just going to sit. I'm going to sit on it for a little bit. So, but yeah, anyhow. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know what time it is. I think some of you know what time it is. Some of you might think I'm crazy by the end of it. Most of you are already leaving because you already know. So, ladies and gentlemen, the sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. XRP will reign supreme. Let's just not get caught in the FUD. Oh, we're gonna crash and we did and we will and we won't and we rose and we rise and we will and we fall and we rise and we can and we will. Oh, yeah. Stay true. Stay blessed. Isn't it nice though on a note? XRP, how high up it is now. When we used to sing this funny little guy, we were at about 35 and 40 and 50 and $1. Now he's got to smoke a stogie. He didn't see $1 for almost 2 years. Wow, we got a new member of Tom's Army. I can't remember how many times that's happened during the actual singing of Sunny Days. That's incredible. Keith and Layla, thank you both. Appreciate it. Maybe Keith in this account, I don't know. So I preach, absolutely you can. I've had it, believe it or not, I've had cannabis sent to me a couple times in the past. If you want to send XRP Future Millionaire some of your cultivation, or if there's anything you ever want to send me, you got to email me, and then if I know who you are and I trust you, we'll talk through the email. But here, I'll share it, strutregali@gmail.com. I'll pin it real quick. Send me a message there, and you'll get my information. I don't put it out publicly, but I'll definitely talk to you private. I've had many people, huh?
Would you get a P.O. box?
A P.O. box? I could. I could get a P.O. box where I live. They'll be like, who the hell is this guy? But yeah, be like the sun. And no, he's not Pinocchio. He's actually, well, maybe he is. Look at him.
Oh, the guy said, yep, just Keith. It's not Keith and Layla, it's just Keith.
Just Keith. Yep, that's what I figured. That's okay. Keith. It's fine, but she's getting credit. So we have Keith and Layla. See, 2 people. So anyhow, I promised this too. That we would sing, that you could hear the retro. So if anybody doesn't know, I sang this clean one time. And somebody literally put it into a remix. And now it's my own song. I'm famous. That's how you know you're famous when this happens. Sunny days. Sunny days. Oh, shoot. We're not famous anymore. That's the show business for you. They already cut me. Damn, we almost made it. Sunny days. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. I wear glasses 'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Circa 2022, this song. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Doing Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Well, whoever did, they definitely used auto-tune or something. But see, it shows you anybody can sound good singing. But yeah, I didn't create that myself. Somebody did it when I sang a version like that when I didn't swear. So it's crazy. Y'all see the Elon Christmas pic with him and Tree Garland? Looks like the XRP X and light ripple symbol. Ooh, I have not. Is that on X? Tommy must have had some good buds tonight. Not yet. Believe it. Well, technically, yes. Technically, yes. But no, I've been singing that song since 2021 when I only had like 200 people in my audience. And then some are like, you're never going to sing that if you have like 10,000 subscribers. Well, joke's on you. I've got 30,000, almost 31,000. I'm still singing it. So I definitely would. I definitely would. So Elon. Let's see what Elon. AI Elon. Elon Musk. What am I looking at with Elon? I don't remember.
His Christmas photo.
Where the hell is his Christmas photo? Oh.
Christmas time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Look, it's XRP. They thought it was a trash can. No, I'm kidding. That's not. So, God, I've seen that lady for too long already today. And that's the first time I've seen her.
Whoopi Goldberg?
Yep. This is only one day ago? How much shit has Elon posted? My God. Come on, Elon. I ain't got time for all your...
Where's Donald Trump holding the poll?
Donald Trump is?
Oh, you just passed the long time ago. Keep going.
I don't even know where I'm going anymore. Elon Musk Christmas picture. I'm going to type in. How about that? Christmas. I'm going to do my own independent research and then I will, oh, there we go. This is what you're talking about? Elon Musk buys December 25th. Renames it. Is this the right picture, Julie?
I don't see Garland.
I don't see Garland. Yeah, but all right. Somebody said yes. What am I seeing here? Oh, Google. Son of a bitch. That would have been a better idea. See, Julie, Google. What did he say to Google again? Elon Xmas.
And then somebody said, just remember 20. ...
I mean, I don't want to get into some kind of weird porn or something on here. You never know. You never.
What about that top one in the corner?
Top left?
The very first one.
Yeah, that's what I was. This one?
Kind of looks like an axe.
I'm about to find out about furries. I wish. Oh man, never get your innocence back after you find out that. I thought it was just somebody dressed as an animal, stuffed animal. By how I was wrong. Thought I was going to do it. No. But yeah, we'll discuss this further. No, that one with them standing in front of the tree. This one?
Standing in front of a tree.
Oh, there's a lot of them standing in front of a tree. He's got that. Well, that's kind of AI. I see him standing in front of a tree with Trump. Is it this one? Giant XRP. That was the right one. Which one did I have? This one? I'm confused. Very first pick. Okay, so we were right, Julie. Yeah. Oh, so it just emphasizes it. But yeah, I see like in the top, it kind of looks like the ripple symbol. Looking at the light. Some could just say it's like an eye, nose, and a mouth. But I kind of see the... And then I see 342. I see X. I see X. I see a lot of X's. Kind of looks like the ripple symbol as well. I'm not no conspiracy therapist. But
what?
Kind of looks like that.
Conspiracy therapist.
Yep. Well, because conspiracy theorists need that therapist apparently. Yep. No, I see what you're saying. The X with Garland can be like Brad Garlinghouse. And then you got the ripple symbol above it as the Christmas ornament, you know, like the star. So the star of the show is Ripple, and it's hashed out with the Garland. The CEO is Brad Garlinghouse. I get it. And who's standing in front of it? Almighty Elon. So, I get it. I get it. I also see a bear and a deer.
Weird alien.
And a weird alien,
Or a
yes.
pumpkin head.
And he does own X, so like it very well could just be, who knows, like a Mickey Mouse. And he owns X. So he's got X. Christmas. But yeah, you can put it however you want. When in your wildest dreams did you think Garland would all of a sudden become Brad Garlinghouse except from the cryptic Riddlers? You read into it how you want. Have a good evening, everybody. Stay blessed, and I appreciate everybody. I really, really do. What did Jeffrey say? I think I missed it.
He said he does own X.
Yes, he does own X. Exactly. Exactly. So to all the Riddlers out there, I'm going to stick to my charts, and then the riddles will, if it brings it together, we'll use it.